Welcome everybody. The WNBA just got done with their live All-Star draft on ESPN. I watched along and reacted live, so here's some of the best clips and my reaction to the All-Star draft as it was happening. I got some things right and I got a few things wrong, and there were some really good, really spicy surprises along the way. Check it out. Let her cook. I'm so glad that she's gonna be back and cooking. Her and Ari. Gonna be nasty. Tomorrow's gonna be a good day. Tomorrow's gonna be a good day. Man, I thought they were actually popping up showing the stars. I saw Fee and Clark were in the same spot. I was like, oh, okay. That last name alphabetical almost got me.
Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark. This is Clark's first time being selected as a team captain, and she joins Asia Wilson as the only player to be named captain.
The first year she was #1 and she would have been a team captain, but you had the Olympics. All right, here we go. Yeah, they do the remote feed.
How are we feeling heading into your first draft as captains here?
I feel good.
We're ready.
Ooh.
I'm excited to get it underway.
I'm ready. I'm excited. This is going to be
the audio delay, exciting.
Here. I'm curious. Fee, can you just take me inside? I think Captain GM Fee has a nice ring to it. What's your strategy here as you're looking?
I got she has the Unrivaled shirt. Fee has the Unrivaled shirt.
It does have a nice ring to it. I like this position a lot.
Is she in the Unrivaled studio
I feel
thing?
like I gotta try to
something?
get some
Is
of
that the
my
links?
Hootie Hoo Owl girls on here. I gotta try to get some of my Husky girls on here. So I've got an agenda coming into today.
All right, we got a little bit.
Up front with the agenda.
What about you, Caitlin? What's your strategy here?
I'm going on vibes.
Ooh.
We're thinking whatever comes to mind. We're just having fun. My team's gonna be fun. That's all that matters. You get to be in front of the home crowd in Indianapolis, so that's right.
Being in front of the home crowd is an important thing and could play maybe to your advantage here. In the first round, each of our captains will select 4 players from the starters pool. Then we're going to move on to the second round. That is where our captains will select
Trades allowed after the second round must include equal number of players from each team and category. Starter for starter versus. Oh, that's cool. That's cool if they added the trades.
A starter for starter, a reserve for reserve.
They're not mentioning who gets to pick first because I feel like it should be first pick or Keeling to choose first or second, and then it swaps for the reserves.
It is time that we get this draft underway.
That's a detail that they're gonna miss this, you know. All right, here we go.
2025 WNBA All-Star Draft. Team Clark selects.
I know this is gonna be super surprising to everybody
Leah
watching,
Boston.
but I'm going with my teammate, Leah Boston, baby.
We're putting Aaliyah Boston
Welcome,
up on
baby.
the board here. Aaliyah Boston going here to Team Clark. Remember, Aaliyah has been on opposite teams with Nafisa Collier and
ABCC. I mean, to be honest though, like playing with Aaliyah Boston is almost an unstoppable offense in an All-Star game where it's a bunch of like a lot of talented players, but it's a mishmash, right? So it's like, are you gonna is that team really gonna be good against the pick and roll? No. They could have like 100 points if they wanted to in an All-Star game. All right, let's see who Fee picks. This is gonna be huge.
Okay.
Does she pick her
my
unrivaled
first pick,
business partner,
I feel like
Stewie?
I have to go with my unrivaled co-founder.
I called it. I called it. I called it. Okay, so exactly how I thought it'd go so far.
In this draft, 2-time All-Star captain, a lot of experience here. Both times faced off with Asia Wilson as the other captain, of course. Played with you, though, before, Fee. 3 All-Star games, so maybe that's a little bit of a part of this, some experience here as teammates in the All-Star game. So we're going to see that chemistry here on full display in Indianapolis. We got 2 players off of the board. Who are we going with next, Caitlin?
This is the big pick right here.
I'll take Sabrina.
Okay.
Oh, wow. She took Sabrina right off the back.
Can't go wrong there. Big fan of Sab, so we'll add her to the roster.
Put her up there, adding some shooting.
That was unexpected. I actually thought she should have went Asia, 100%.
Sabrina became the Liberty's all-time leader in made 3-point
But Fee has 2 bigs already, right? So does she go Asia or does she go? I think she goes Paige. I think she goes Paige.
2025 All-Star game. I expect her to be pulling up for at least 1 deep.
The thing is, like,
in the last 2 All-Star games, so it's going to be a little
100% Clark could have waited till the last pick to take Sabrina.
You're up. Who we got, Fee? Who we added to
Strategy review, Clark, not good strategy.
Okay, I feel like I have to go with my Owl teammate, Alicia Gray.
Okay, hey, all right.
Up the Owls.
Yeah.
Does that mean I get a hootie-hoo?
Oh, I'm sure she's doing it at home, but I'll do it for you guys too.
There we go. I do need another one. Alicia Gray here, the 3rd straight year as an All-Star.
Alicia Gray's good. Again, this is the swap. When I picked my predictions, I think that I realized that as soon as she was like, I'm gonna go Lunar Owls, I'm gonna do this. So it would be okay. So if there's no restrictions, it would be hilarious if Clark takes Paige.
With the 4th pick in this draft.
All right, 4th pick. I'm gonna take Asia.
Asia
Hey,
Wilson.
there it is. Okay.
I was wondering when we would see Asia of the
Stack my
Aces
team up.
going on the board here. Asia Wilson headed to Team Clark here, 3-time All-Star captain. She did select you, Fee, on her team in 2019 and has played with you 3 out of the 4 All-Star games. So it's going to be a little different again, going head-to-head here with Asia Wilson, the 3rd straight
I think in
season
this
of
case,
her averaging
then
20 or more
Fee
points,
takes
and her 5th season overall, of course.
Fee takes Paige here, and then Clark takes Satu. and then NECA.
Okay, this is a tough one. With the hope that my baby husky will still be here when I come back, I'm gonna go with Madam President NECA.
Oh.
Aguma
Okay, that's a surprise.
Come on now.
Well, there are trades allowed in the second round. A 10th All-Star selection, though, for NECA. One of 5 players with 10 or more All-Star selections in league history. If you're really quiet right now, you can hear Chanae screaming across where I'm sitting in Los Angeles for her sister.
So I thought
here.
NECA would go to
She's
Fee,
played in the
so
All-Star
that makes
game
sense.
with both of the
Also,
captains,
strategically a good
Caitlin,
matchup for
and
Asia
Fee. So she's got a little bit of
defensively.
experience in
The question
gamesmanship
is
on
Clark
both
go
sides.
spice and
Caitlin,
take Paige?
Are you going to make a move here? Are you going to listen to Fee, or are you taking?
So this is tough. They're both amazing, obviously.
Take us inside your thought process.
From a size standpoint, taking Paige puts me at a real size disadvantage with me, Paige, and Sabrina. So I'll let Fee win this one. I'm gonna take Satu. Satu's had a great year.
All right.
Tremendous player. So I'll take her. And Fee, you can be happy now. I want Fee to remember that when we get down to the reserves. That I gave her. I let her pick 2 in a row, basically. I let her.
It's a
pick 2 in
good
a row.
All right,
diplomatic.
so
It's a good diplomatic move.
I thankfully have my baby husky Paige. I'm super excited to get to play with her. So thank you, Caitlin. That was in very good faith. I will keep that in mind for the second round.
Paige Beckers, and that's good. I'm very curious how this is going to come back around.
We are fired up.
The overall pick.
I feel like no surprise. I got to pick my point guard, Courtney Williams, one of the original stud buds, one of the 2 stud buds.
Original stud member.
72-hour live stream. I wanted her on my team. I wanted to be part of the live stream. I'm sad.
Well,
maybe Courtney will still let me be on the live stream.
Maybe we can still arrange that part. This
I'm sure
is...
she will.
All right, Caitlin, going back to you here at number 6.
All right, I'm going the same route as Fee. I'm taking Kelsey Mitchell.
Good call.
Happy to have her on the squad.
Kelsey Mitchell off the board. So we're going with a pair of teammates
Expected.
here to start the second round
Shocker.
of the 2025 WNBA
Surprise
All-Star
Pikachu
Draft.
face inserted
Third
right
straight
here.
All-Star selection for Kelsey Mitchell.
Surprise
One of 4
Pikachu face.
players to average.
That's the plan. Obviously, we're used to the rims here, so
Oh.
Kels makes my life pretty easy. She makes shots, and probably one of the most explosive, fastest players I've ever played with. So, lucky to be her teammate, and happy she's on our team.
And I feel good with the route we're going on. I'm gonna stick with my Owl fam and get the most competitive person I know,
dang.
Skylar Diggins.
Skylar Diggins, okay, that makes sense.
No, I like that moniker. It looks like we're going on a clean sweep, right? We got Courtney Williams, Skylar Diggins, and Alicia Gray. We made a clean sweep of the lunar owls here. Let me see if I can do it. Hoo-hoo. I'll work on that. I think I might need a little bit of vocal.
Why do we keep hooty hooey?
Skylar Diggins, her
Like,
first
I get it.
appearance since 2022.
This is tough. This is when it gets hard.
Yep. Why is this where the strategy has to kick in?
Because I feel like there's so many great options here. It's a little more straightforward when it's starters because you can kind of go based off of guard and post.
Sure.
I mean, I guess you could here too, but I don't know if he's going to be happy, but I'm taking Gabby Williams. Sorry, I gave you Paige. I'm taking Gabby. Give us a little size. Can play the 4, can play the 3.
Wow.
She can do it
Okay,
all.
that's actually
I like
surprising that
this
she took
player,
Gabby.
So she's had a great season as well. So I'm taking her on my team.
Do we feel like this is a fair trade-off here for Paige since you got Paige in the first round?
You know what? I do want to keep my Huskies together. We'll see. Maybe we could do a little trade action later. Gabby's a great pickup for Caitlin. She's such an amazing player, so that was definitely a good pickup.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to get into the post players.
Let's do it.
AT, here comes.
We need some rebounding. I'm going to go with me bounds.
Oh, she's going with
Angel.
Reese?
We need some
Wow.
rebounding on our team.
Angel Reese.
I mean, I
off
think
the
Angel
board
Reese is a
here
good
to
pick.
Team Collier.
I mean, I thought she would end up there, but I wasn't sure that she would pick her this early. I think that, like,
Angel
Reese is going to play so hard in this, too. She's worth it.
Especially
Especially in an All-Star game. I've made this comment many times, but she would have 20-plus rebounds in an All-Star game if you just left her out there long enough.
All right, I'm going to take one of the rookies here. I'm going to take Citron.
Oh,
big
there you
fan
go.
of her game. Been a big fan of her since she's been in college. And I've been telling everybody I thought she would be a tremendous player when she got into the league, and she hasn't let me down. So I appreciate that. So I'm taking her on my team.
All right.
Great addition for us.
Like I said, she's going to grab the rookies. If you were picking clearly the best team, you take AT. I think the problem
It's getting
is
tough.
AT may not want to go. There's
I'm gonna stick with the post
some
players.
stuff
I
there.
feel like we need even more strong post presence because we have a lot of guards over on the other side. We need some post players to be able to stop them running through all these screens and
It's
coming
an
downhill.
All-Star game. It's supposed to be
So
fun.
I'm gonna
It's
go-
supposed to launch threes.
No,
not going to be much rebounding. We're going to make a lot of shots. So go ahead.
You're going to have some tough screens.
I'm gonna go. She's a post
This is
and a
grade A
guard
trolling.
Hybrid. I'm going with AT. She gets triple doubles all the time. She could be a guard too, but she's got that post presence. I'm gonna go AT.
I mean, what are you going to do to combat this size that we're seeing built up over
Well,
here
she
on
grabs
Team
Kiki
Collier?
or Faye now.
I'm taking the other rookie, Kiki. Let's go.
All
We're gonna
right.
be young.
All right, called it. There it is. So far these teams are exactly as I predicted with the swap that I mentioned at the beginning.
Now with 2 slots
Well, she
left
could
and
grab
a
Kayla
lot
Thornton,
of
but I
size.
think that Clark
Good size
grabs
for the left
Kayla.
sides.
Yeah, we need some shooting. Yeah, we need some shooting. We need some dog energy. So you already know I'm
Yep.
going with Plum Dog.
Yep, there's Plum.
GP.
All
So
right.
now we have the
So
we
Kayla
also
takes Kayla Thornton,
on
and then
the
it comes
safety
down to Jackie Young and
collection.
Ryan Howard.
All animals on our side.
Third straight All-Star selection for.
I think Gabby Williams. Well, sorry, Gabby Williams was the mix-up. But I think Gabby Williams gets traded for Ryan Howard or Jackie Young.
30 points that year, so that is the shooting.
That's my prediction.
that Fee
But I
is
think
hoping
Clark also
bring
wants to
here
keep her
to the
because she
team full of
needs
dogs
she
and
needs some
owls.
size, right? So
All
she'd
right, two
probably have
left
to
for
trade
you,
for some
Caitlin.
size.
Who's gonna
I'm gonna take. I'm gonna go with Jackie here.
Okay.
Okay, she
can
takes
give us a
Jackie.
little more physicality, a little more size. Can shoot it. Can handle it. So I'm gonna take Jackie here. Keep the Aces teammates together on my side.
Does
2024
Fee
All-Star
take
game
Ryan
in
Howard?
USA.
That's the
All right,
question.
these are the last 2 spots. We got 2 left.
But I think even if she takes Ryan Howard,
Who you taking?
she's going to try to
Final
pitch for
spot
Gabby
for
for Ryan or
Team
something.
Yeah.
Pressure's
This
on,
is
my
really
friend.
tough.
Yeah.
Because
Two
I
great players.
know. Do I go the post route where we just are trying to body people the whole game? Do I get some more shooting with Ryan? It's a hard decision. I think I'm gonna have to go with Ryan. We need some more guard.
All
play.
Okay,
right.
she goes Ryan.
We're
I think
adding a
Kayla Thornton
little
is
bit
good
more
for
shooting.
Clark.
All right,
So
perfect.
All right,
Maybe.
we're adding a little bit more on your team.
I mean, I think you just got to give her a lot of credit for what she's been able to help Golden State accomplish so far this year. Obviously, being an expansion team, you never know how that's going to go, and they've had absolutely a tremendous season. And
she's their superstar.
she's had a tremendous season, so happy for her.
Player
excited for
player
her,
of the
and,
month. Like
glad
she's
can
the
be
real
on
deal.
our
She can
team.
shoot
2
3.
points,
She
first player to make
can.
an All-Star game as a member of a first-year expansion team.
She's good.
With some
I
trades.
feel like this
Now
is where they
when
need to
you can
cut
make
and
some
edit
moves.
though, right?
I'm gonna
Like
start with you here, Caitlin. You said you might be aggressive on the trade market once this opened up. Is there any player that you're looking to get to? And remember, it has to be apples to apples trade here. Starter for starter, reserve for reserve. The good news is you can't go wrong with this type of talent. Anyone looking to make a deal here?
To be completely honest, I love my team. I think they're great. I don't have any intentions of really trading any of them. I don't know if this is in the rules. I don't really care. But I think we've already discussed we are going to trade coaches. Fee's going to take her coach.
Oh!
Sandy Brundello.
Oh!
Let's get it.
Oh!
It's going to be amazing.
Yes,
WNBA,
please.
That's not in the rule. Sorry, ESPN, if that's not in the rules, but we just made it a rule.
now.
So Sandy Brundello, come on
Yes!
over. Let's
I
do
love
it.
this.
You can coach Sabrina. So therefore, maybe Stewie wants to come on over to my team. Let me know.
Whoa.
Fee, you want to give me Stewie?
We have breaking news here. I don't know that I've heard of a coach being traded in the All-Star game. This is something you're agreeing to, Fee. There's no terms to this deal.
I agree with Cheryl. I agree with the trade. I love Cheryl. She's my coach here. But you know what? That's just gonna be worse for Team Clark because now we got more chemistry on our side. We got more synergy. We know what we expect from each other. So that was a bad move on your part, Caitlin. We're taking you down.
Oh, the coaches maybe is going to be the X factor. The coaches are maybe going to be the X factor.
Hey, Sandy, defending champion, loves to shoot threes, lets her players get after it. I don't know. I'm feeling good with Sandy and Sabrina on my team. Like I said, if you want to send Stewie over too, I'll take her. So
What's the offer? What's the offer for Stewie?
What are you?
Well, that wraps up the rosters. A lot of what I thought would happen happened. I think Gabby Williams was the big twist. Alicia Gray, I expected after finding out that Fee had the Lunar Owls connection. I wasn't thinking of that initially. So that makes a lot of sense of why that happened. The trades were interesting. I think that there could have been a trade for Stewie and Satu if Clark offered Gabby Williams and someone else, but you're also giving up UConn and stuff like that. I think it would be really hard for Fee to actually accept that. Like, honestly, it was a fun little banter back and forth, but like, I just don't see it happening. However, the coaches trade, that was the spiciest part, right? Because there's a lot of Cheryl Reeve comments with Caitlin Clark and Fast, so I'm sure that like a lot of the fans are going to latch on to this. And the fact that Sandy is a coach that I think fits Clark well and likes Clark, clearly is very supportive of Clark. So I think that was a really cool thing to do, that a really cool spice to throw in there, even if they're not going to actually trade players on the roster. And it's hard to trade players on your roster in this scenario because like since it is live, it's a hard thing to do with player personalities and that kind of stuff. And like what kind of message it sends, because you're basically saying like, hey, like I don't believe in this player or whatever. And so I think Clark, as soon as she realized what the trade was going to go through, she very quickly was like, nah, I want Satu, cancel all trades, we're good. The LA Boston trade was funny, but anyways, that wraps it up. What do you think of these rosters? Which team do you think is better? And as always, remember, you're going to be amazing today because you are amazing. And I'll catch you next episode.